All right, so today we are taking a look at transversals. What we're doing is focusing on setting up the equations. So this happened. All right. So today we are setting up the equations. That's what we're focusing on. So we talked about identifying whether it's a corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, same side exterior, or vertical linear pair. Today we're focusing on setting up the equation. So when we're coming in to do the problems, the first thing we need to do is identify the angle pair. So remember, we go through our questions. All right, so if we're taking a look at this, we can see they're at two separate intersections. Okay, then we ask, are they on the same side of the transversal? Easiest way is just kind of either block it out or highlight that one side of the transversal. We can see they're on the same side of the transversal. All right. Then we need to check to see if they are on the interior or exterior.
Please make your way to the supervision of an adult or outside of the building. Again, at this
right,
time,
easiest way
should be under the supervision of an adult. We will be walking around the building. If you're not under the supervision of an adult, we will ask you and escort you to the nearest exit, and you will have no opportunity to return inside the building. Thank you and have a great afternoon.
Highlight the interior, which is just between the two parallel lines. All right, we can see one was inside, one is outside. So if we're looking at it, then they're different, they're at the same side, and they're different. So that leaves us with corresponding angles. So we could say those are corresponding angles. Okay, use the word bank when you're typing it out. So then we need to name the relationship. Are these congruent or are they supplementary? Well, if we look at the poster, the corresponding is at the top of the second poster, which is the congruent poster. Congruent. Okay, then we just need to write the equation. Right, when they're congruent, we put an equal sign, and then it's the two equals. So now we just plug it in. So we just write it out. -1 plus 14x. Okay, 12x plus 17. So when you're putting your answer into Schoology, you need to make sure you write it just like this, with the parentheses and everything. Otherwise, it will count it wrong. Okay, so let's look at our next one. All right, here we have, again, we can check two different intersections. All right, then we check to see, are they at the same side of the transversal? We highlighted one but not the other, so they're on different sides. They alternate the transversal. All right, then we can check, are they both between the parallel lines? Or both outside? We can see both are outside the parallel lines. So when they're both outside and they alternate, that means they are alternate exterior angles. All right? And again, we look at the poster. We can see alternate exterior is in the congruent angle pair. Okay? So again, when we have congruent, we can just put those parentheses with the equal sign, and then we just plug everything in. So that's 1 plus 14x, and that's 12x plus 10. So that's all we're doing. We're just setting up. Okay? So this one gets a little bit trickier, right? We can put those boxes around each intersection. So we can see they're at two different intersections. Okay? Then we do a second one. Are they on the same side of the transversal? So if we highlight one side of the transversal, we only highlight one of them. Then we check the interior. We can highlight the interior. We see we hit both of them. So we can see they alternate, and on the inside, so that would be alternate interior. Alternate interior angles. Alright? So alternate interior angles are, again, check the poster, congruent. And congruent means we set up those parentheses with the equal sign in between, and then we just plug things in. So 14 and 12x plus 5. All right. All right. So now we have, let's look at our next example. All right. So we put the boxes around the two intersections. Notice this time we're at the same intersection. We're at the same intersection. So then that means we can come in. Since we're at the same intersection, we look. Is it just a side in between? Or did we have to go through the middle, across? So if we look, there's just that side in between them, right? I just have to cross one side to get to them. I don't have to cross two. I just cross one. So that means it's adjacent. So adjacent means linear pair. And linear pair, if we look up, it's the first one on our supplementary poster. Okay? So supplementary is a little bit trickier. So you have your two parentheses, and instead of an equal sign, you put a plus sign in between them, and then at the end you put equals 180. So then you just fill it in. So that's the 24x minus 1 and the 20x plus 5. Again, make sure you include those parentheses. Schoology will count it wrong. Again, all we're doing right now is setting these things up. All right, so if we take a look, we can see, hey, those are at two separate intersections. When we come in, we highlight one side of the transversal, we can see they're both on the same side of that transversal. Then we check the interior. Are they interior, exterior, or both? We can see they're both interior angles. So that means they are same side interior. And again, same side interior, we check the poster, are supplementary. Supplementary. So what does that mean? That means, again, we put those parentheses, put a plus sign, instead of equal to 180. Then we just fill it in. 20x, 24x. Okay. So our last little example. All right, we have the 12x minus 11. We have that 15x plus 15. If I look, they're at two separate intersections. So then I can come in. I hit both of them when I highlight one side of the transversal. So that means they're same side. Then when I check the interior, I hit none of them. So that means they're both exterior. So they have the same side and exterior. Both of them are exterior angles. Okay, then I check the poster. Same side, exterior are supplementary. Which just means you set up those parentheses, add them together, set them equal to 180. So then just plug those in. That's it.